Hi and welcome to Tech It Out, and this is the second of my live stream tests. I've got no idea how this is going to go. I have picked up this little Natural History Museum liquid powered clock build, so I thought I'd build this up tonight and see how it goes. I haven't really looked at it yet to see what it entails. It looks quite simple though, so it shouldn't take too long. I'm not sure if you can hear me though, so if you can hear me, if you could just say something in chat like hi or whatever, otherwise I'm going to have to overdub this later. So let's get on with it anyway. As I said, this is supplied by the Natural History Museum, which is in London. Hundreds of millions of batteries are used up in the UK each year. What a waste, it says. And then the contents: digital watch module, clock base, plastic cap, copper strips, zinc strips, liquid containers, container cover, clock stand, base plate, pendulum, resistor, spring connectors, copper and zinc strip container, and a pair of goggles. So I don't need the goggles because I've already got my own goggles on, so I'm protected from any splashes in my eyes, as it were. Let's see what's inside then. So there we go, open it up. We've got the instruction booklet that I'll be following tonight. Usually they go off to the drawer of obscurity, but I think I'm going to actually need this one tonight. We have a container, which I don't know if you can see it, has a warning on it, as it is a fire risk apparently. Zinc burns vigorously. Well, we better be careful with that. I'll try not to get any water on it until we actually put it in the liquid of the fruit juice that it requires to actually make it go. So that's that. We've got the container that it all goes into, and then we've got a bag full of items, and I'm going to open this up now. Nope, try not to cut my fingers off when I do it. Let's see what's inside here. Get rid of the plastic bag. We have a little U-shaped trellis, a little spoon looking type thing with a hook on it, a little block there. That, I take it, is the lid for that container. Another one of those trellises. I think they're the arms that they stand on. We have the base plate with wiring, and this space there for two batteries for when it's not hooked up to the juice. Okay. Try and keep this all in. I've got a little tab there to try and remind me where to put things so that they're in view on the camera. So let's get this next little plastic bag open. Let's see what's inside here. Right, inside here we have the clock module itself. Put that down the front there. We have the resistor, and then we have three little spring clips. Now, so that's everything unpacked. Let's see what the instructions say that I have to do, apart from be very careful not to set the zinc on fire. I'll just take this out of the plastic as well before we start, that everything's ready. And that, I believe, goes on there. So there we go. So where do we start then? Let's get the instructions opened. First thing it tells us, put on your safety glasses, fix the digital watch module into the clock base as shown in the figure, and then there's a warning about the zinc. Keep the container tightly closed, keep container dry. In case of a fire, use a foam extinguisher. So that's the warning about the zinc strips. I didn't realise that zinc was flammable, but apparently it is. So we'll be careful with that. Now then, we have to put the digital watch module into the clock base. There's the clock base, and there's the digital clock module, and it fits in like that. And I think it just clips on by the looks of it. Try not to break anything before I start. Quite a tight fit. Ah, there we go. So we've got that in there. That's the first part done. What next? Next we attach the pendulum under the clock base and ensure that we insert the clock stand on both sides. Then insert the whole assembly into the base. So I'm taking it, that's the pendulum, which goes on there. And I put it on the wrong way around, so like that. So I have to lay that down now. When we put these, if I look at the instructions, that should be around that way, like that. And then these clip into the base at the back here. Very tight fit again. Maybe that's not the right hole, is it? Perhaps it's that one. On the instructions it's shown it at the back, but it doesn't seem to want to go in there. There we go. Finally. The next one. And we leave how many spaces? 1, 2, 3 in the middle, and then put the other stand on there. And then fit the clock module on the top with the pendulum fitted. So that's all in place. What do we do next then? Install the 2 spring connectors on the base plate and connect the red and black wires of the digital clock to the spring connectors. At position 1 and 2, bend the spring over to create a gap into which the... Ah, right, clever. So what they're saying basically is that you put these in like that, and then connect the wires from the clock to them and just try threading them through. And to connect it, you just bend the wire over and push the end of the wire, which is bared, into the gap in the spring. Get that one through. Put that into the... not as easy as it sounds. Gap in the spring. There we go. Put that back in. So now we got the clock in, the pendulum's in place. The wires are coming through, make sure they don't interact with the pendulum. Just give it a squeaky squeak. I'm not actually sure if the pendulum does move at all. We've got a spare spring clip there, so I'm just going to put that there for the moment. And then I suppose you could just fit up the battery wires to either side and use it as a normal battery powered clock. But we're not going to do that. We're actually going to make a fruit juice powered clock. So we got the parts that we need here, the zinc and the copper contacts, and we got the container that we put it into. There's a divider in the container there, I don't know if you can see that. So, and then in the top of the lid there are slits that the copper and the zinc fit through into the fluid. So I'm going to look at the instructions again now and see what it tells me. So we got the wires in place. As shown in the next figure then, fill both partitions of the liquid container with juice, soft drink or vinegar, up to 1 centimeter from the top. Okay, this liquid is the electrolyte. Okay, so we need this. Let's move it back a bit, alright. And we need some fruit juice. I've got some ordinary lemon juice. And we fill it up to about 1 centimeter before the top. So it must be about equal, I would imagine. I can't quite see that. There we go. A little bit high, I think. Just a little bit too high. But not overflowing. In fact, if I go like that, I get it to go over a little bit. Maybe not. There you go, level it off. It's gone too much the other way now. Just lift it up a bit out of shot a second just to make sure. There we go. So it's now level. So we have our juice, and next it tells us to put the electrolytes into the juice itself. Now then, I'm trying to figure it out because you can't really see how they've done this on this actual photograph they've got here, but I think, looking at it, 2 go in one side, 2 go in the other side, and then the wires come out. So here are the electrolytes, the copper and zinc. 2 are connected together, and 2 have the wires coming off that run to the terminals of the clock. Just untie that. I'm trying not to break anything as I go along. So you've got 2 zinc and 2 copper. Now we take the lid, and looking at this, it doesn't look quite right to me, but there we go. Okay, so we put copper and a zinc there, and get them in like that. I'm just going to look. I'll give you a look at the photograph itself, so you can see for yourself. It's not particularly a great photograph, so I'm just trying to figure out exactly where they go. I think these 2 must cross over the partition in the middle, and then these 2 are the take-off points. But I need to have the copper and zinc on the same side. There's that one there. So on each side of that partition then, we've got 1 zinc and 1 copper, 1 zinc, 1 copper. So it should make a complete circuit. I just hope I've got the polarity right. It doesn't say anything about what you do with the resistor yet. So anyway, let's put that on there and hope it doesn't catch fire. So now let's have a look, see if I've missed anything. Install the spring, connect the end of the black wires. Right, I have missed one. As shown in figure 9, install the resistor on the base plate and connect the wires to the spring connector. So I need the resistor in line with the positive terminal. So I nearly missed that. So if I put the bare one there to there, and then we connect up Oops, it's gone. Live streaming. Wonderful thing. Can't get away from your mistakes. You can't do another retake. Right. So that's in there and in there. So now we have, get these terminals out of the way, these battery ones. So here goes then. This is where we find out if it's going to work or not. Try not to spill anything now. We connect up negative, and if I've got the polarity the right way around on this, we should soon see a display on the clock. And yes, there it is. And if I sound astonished, it's because I am. It actually works. Can you see it? So now I have to set the time, and we have ourselves a fruit juice powered clock. Thank you for watching.